Hey, how's everybody doing today? Well, I have something here I want to share with you. I wasn't sure where I put it, but I finally found this letter that I had written to Michael T. Hughes, the assistant prosecutor that was heading up the fraudulent case against me in the county court of common pleas in Muskingum County, Ohio. And I wrote this letter to him while I was caged, and was trying to convey some information to him regarding the whole entire matter. Uh, Trying to relay some exculpatory information to him. Uh, but he ignored it. So this is the letter that I wrote to him. I didn't date the letter. Um, but if I had to guess, I would say this is in uh, either late July. It's probably in July, mid to late July of 2021 when I wrote this. So I'm going to read it here verbatim. It says, Mr. Hughes, thank you for stopping by the county jail to deliver to me the discovery packet for case number CR 2021 0340. I appreciate that very much. Let me first say that when I put my life into God's hands, intended evil becomes eventual good. God is good. Even though I am under extreme duress, I am of sound mind, the age of consent, and willing to accept this daunting challenge so that the truth may be ascertained. Secondly, I demand a jury trial by jury, in parentheses, for this case. Furthermore, I require that the bond and conditions for my release from the county jail be immediately rescinded so that I may gather evidence, properly file documents with the clerk of the court of common pleas, have access to my notary public for notarization of documents, and so that I am not disparaged any more than I already have been by the court and the bail bondsman in taking on this endeavor. Furthermore, I want you to understand that it was not my intention to miss any hearings at all. Please, when you have the time, to review my recordings publicly posted to my YouTube channel at youtube.com, labeled, in quote, quote, exhibited meat, end quote. I have recordings of Jessica from Andy Califf Bail Bonds and Tracy Brailer from the Muskingum County Court of Common Pleas giving me conflicting information which led to my confusion regarding the hearing being scheduled on 9 July 21 and or 12 July 21, as well as recordings going back to 2018 regarding the events leading up to this current matter. I do not get any compensation for this channel whatsoever, so feel free to view the postings as much as needed. Particularly pay attention to the posting titled, quote, Standing Up for My Rights, Crash Course, Part 1 and Part 2, end quote, where Thomas Porter, with the Zanesville Police Department, perjured himself and admitted that he had not performed a proper investigation during my cross-examination. You should be aware that this is not the first time that the public servants in Zanesville have tried this type of thing. Just reference the online Zanesville Municipal Court docket search for the person, the all capital name, Brandon Scott Killeran, and you will see what I'm referring to. I have no intention of embarrassing the state of Ohio in this current matter. I suspect that you have not been given the whole truth by the witnesses, and specifically Chris Andrews. Furthermore, in the confusion from from so much misinformation from court personnel and bail bondsman staff, I brought my automobile to the courthouse on 12 July 2021 with the understanding that I would not be arrested and allowed to return to 469 White Oak Avenue, Zanesville, Ohio, after addressing the court. Because I was lied to and misled, because of the fraud, my automobile was towed and impounded, and I have no idea where the property is or how much it will cost to retrieve. This put me at a further disadvantage due to my need for this automobile to adequately build my defense. Had I not been given fraudulent information, I would have left the 2014 Ford F-150 VIN number. I'm going to skip the VIN number. That I am holder in due course for, secured in my garage, and walked to the courthouse. I require that said property to be returned to my possession with no charge upon my release from this county jail, so that I may not be at a further disadvantage in building my defense. I pray that you will see that I am not interested in playing games. I have been threatened multiple times by public servants right here in Zanesville and have been made to fear for my safety, life, and property by persons acting on behalf of the City of Zanesville and the Zanesville Police Department. These public servants have ignored their duties and obligations to protect and serve the community that they are contracted to. Unless it has been modified recently, Title VII, Ohio Revised Code, Division 715.49, Sections A and B, validates what I am describing. I urge you to consider all of the facts and consider Title 29, Ohio Revised Code, Division 2923.03, Sections A, 2 and 3, and consider, Title 29, ORC, Division 2923.01, Divisions A, 1 and 2, and Title 29 ORC, Divisions 2923.31, Sections I, 1, and 2 regarding your witnesses. I can see in your eyes that you are an honest man and do not want something like this to possibly damage your career reputation. If necessary, I am prepared to take this matter to trial. I only want to protect my life and property and be happy. At the very least, I hope we can level the field in this matter. Thank you for your time and attention to this matter. I will pray for you and pray that God will open your eyes of understanding to the truth. After all, we must know the truth and let the truth set us free. God bless. Sincerely, Brandon-Scott from the Family Killerman. So that's the letter that I had wrote to him, and as a cliff note, if you will, what ended up happening is when they lied to me about there not being an arrest warrant, there was nothing on the docket, there was no hearing scheduled, as I showed you guys in one of the previous videos where I showed you the docket information. There was no hearing scheduled, there was nothing on the docket as far as an arrest warrant was concerned at that time. They added it after the fact, weeks after. And I was told, I have the recorded conversations, I was told that I wouldn't be arrested, so I drove down there to, let me rephrase that, I traveled down there to submit some paperwork to the clerk of court. I was going to address the court like I had talked about to the representative. I think it was Melanie Reichert in adult probation that I had spoken to that lied to me. And so I got down there, parked my truck, and went to the clerk of court's office, and before I could even get the stamped copy back from the clerk, I had the bailiff arresting me and taking me to jail. And so what ended up happening is that my truck was sitting out on the street, on the curb, in a limited parking area. It was like a 2-hour parking. I ended up getting arrested and sat in jail for over 30 days. So what they ended up doing is towing my truck and putting it in an impound. And when at that time my trustee saw that my truck was impounded and is sitting in an impound, they considered it abandoned. They couldn't get a hold of me because I was in jail. They had no idea how to get a hold of me. They had no idea I was in jail. I had no way to get a hold of them. And so they ended up repossessing the truck and selling it at auction. And all that happened before I could get out of jail, thanks to the county court. So that's what happened there. So not only did they conspire with the Zanesville Police Department in stealing my gun, but they committed fraud in a way to have my truck taken from me. Whereas had they not done that, I would still have that truck. So this is just a further example of the abuse. And also with this letter, this is a further example of how I've notified them.